In his famous poem Church-Going, Philip Larkin writes in 1955 about cycling past a country church and stopping. He says, "Once I am sure there's nothing going on, I step inside, letting the door thud shut." He's not a believer, and he's no time for religion, but something about the empty building affects him, almost despite himself. This is the last verse. "A serious house, on serious earth it is, in whose blent air all our compulsions meet, are recognized, and robed as destinies. And that much never can be obsolete, since someone will forever be surprising a hunger in himself to be more serious, and gravitating with it to this ground, which he once heard was proper to grow wise in, if only that so many dead lie round." He's writing about that hunger in himself to be more serious. And it's significant that in that hunger he found the church unlocked. He writes, "Yet stop I did, in fact I often do." He is affected by what he calls this accoutred frowsty barn, in a way he tries to put into words. Now, of course, for the first time for 700 years, Anglican churches are closed, and so the option of opening the door of any of our 5 buildings wouldn't be available to Philip Larkin today. Writing in the current edition of the Catholic Weekly The Tablet, the former Bishop of Worcester, Peter Selby, argues that the decision by the Church of England to declare church buildings closed not only for church services, but also for private prayer or even for clergy to live stream worship, went beyond government advice and was wrong. He argues that it marks a retreat by the Church of England from the public sphere to the private realm. Surely, he says, clergy and laity can be trusted to find their own way to live within the government's regulations. And Mass continues to be live streamed from within Roman Catholic churches. In my former parish, I was responsible for the 2 Anglican churches in the town centre in Shrewsbury, and we worked hard to ensure that those buildings remained opened during daylight hours every day, even though the smaller one couldn't be regularly stewarded. It was an important part of our witness. On the day I write this, Wednesday, May the 6th, it's been announced that there is to be an immediate phased approach to lifting the restrictions to church access. Clergy are to be allowed into their churches immediately to be able to live stream services, for example. Other easing of the restrictions will follow in due course, provided social distancing continues to be observed. There have been some definite benefits from church buildings being closed, for example, domesticating the practice of faith, bringing it from the sanctuary into the kitchen, as it were, and encouraging us to be the church instead of just going to church. Nevertheless, the sooner churches can be open, the better, I think, so that our wonderful buildings can continue to be a resource for people of all faiths and none to visit, and in which to find the strength to live courageously and hopefully at a time of so much fear and anxiety. Finally, may I add that this is Christian Aid Week, so please may I encourage you to give to Christian Aid. Their website will show you how. This is a very difficult time for all charities, and Christian Aid envelopes won't be able to be delivered this year. So it's very important that we all support this charity in its aim to create a world where everyone can live a full life, free from poverty, and in particular, its coronavirus emergency appeal. May I commend Christian Aid Week to you.